How was your race, Cindy? It's on. Oh, I thought I was waiting for the screen. Hello, everybody. Hello. Hi. So, just gonna go and recce. Well, actually not recceing, just gonna go do a little sea swim. Can't go and recce the course because it's in the harbour and we'll get run over. Going like a little beach just down here, go test out the water and try and avoid all the jellyfish that we saw yesterday in the harbour. Night before the race, everything's done. Yeah, it's actually been a super chill day. Last few days, so I got out here Wednesday night, quite late. Slept really well Wednesday night, having got here, woke up at like 9:15, which I think is a first for a very long time. Went out for a nice little bit of a course recce with Indy, for a little swim in the afternoon. Spent about 2 hours trying to get a taxi back. It seems that there aren't really any apps that work out here. I think most of the apps for taxis are kind of Copenhagen based, so don't really work in the smaller towns. The couple that I tried to ring and explain where I was, I mean, I clearly wasn't doing a very good job. I obviously don't speak Danish, and whilst a lot of them speak amazing English, couldn't quite get there, so thankfully got rescued by the Nirvana guys who've been brilliant. Then nice chilled dinner, Friday morning, went for a little swim in the sea. So many jellyfish. I'm such a wimp about jellyfish. They didn't even really seem to be stinging, and I don't think these ones really do sting, but still they freak me out, and basically every time I saw one I was having a bit of a freak out. A lot of the time I was trying desperately to hang on to Indy's feet so that then I wasn't really thinking about the jellyfish. It's at least good incentive for the race to hang on to some feet and not think about the jellyfish, but I think getting in is going to be a bit of a mission. And yeah, then I did a little run. Lots of really nice trails around here. It's really beautiful. It's on the coast, lovely sea. We're actually just like looking right across to Sweden, and the Achilles is kind of sort of getting there. Like, it's feeling a bit better when I'm running. It's still not great. Today's super chilled. Went and like did a little bike with a few pickups this morning. Did a little run off the bike. Then we went and racked the bike, had pro briefing, had a little Q&A thing I had to do, got some lunch bits, and then got back to the hotel, and then all afternoon basically just been watching absolute rubbish on Netflix. Feeling more excited about it now. I think it's a bit hard going into a race that you know you're not like 100%, like 100% is a bit much, because I don't think there's that many races you go into thinking, oh, I'm 100% and I'm going to be great. But I think at least most races, you know, you're sort of 95% fit, so it makes it a bit easier to kind of get really excited and go and show what you've got, whereas this one's a bit of an unknown, but it's also another opportunity to kind of see where the swim's at, see if I can try and hang on to that lead group for a bit longer, and then yeah, as I said, just try and bike as hard as possible and see where that puts me, and hope that the run I can kind of hold on. How was your race today?
Oh, yeah, thanks. It was okay. I'm really happy. Yeah, European champion sounds good.
And now you get to go back home to your dogs for a bit.
Yes. Now I get to go home. I've done my stint, yeah.
Happy days. So, today, yeah, honestly, actually pretty happy. Consider, like, hiccups. I've had like 2 beers post-race and I've got massive hiccups. Slightly ambitious swim goals. I was a bit like, you know, maybe if I could just hang in there on the first bit. I'm such a wimp with the jellyfish. I struggled a bit, consciously trying to switch my brain off to be like, stop thinking about the jellyfish, just think about the feet. Then managed to settle into a really nice second group. I think we went a bit off course at one point, because there was a boat kind of gesturing at us to go a different direction. I was like, I'm just gonna stay with this group, like, I've got feet, it's nice. I had a pretty terrible T1. I think anyone who's had Achilles issues will know that barefoot running on kind of slightly cobbly and grassy terrain is not ideal. Transition's definitely something I need to practice. I know that in long course, it's not something that we necessarily have to be super speedy at. Like, I'm still not very good at getting my feet in, and like the little bits of DIY sewing I'd done to hold my shoes open had come out, which I hadn't realised. So kind of put my feet in, then the tongues were like right down at my toes. It took me a little while to get my feet in and get sorted, and I was like, right, come on, game on, we're on the bike, this is your time. Like, worked hard to get back firstly to the group that I'd been swimming with. So that took like probably 3-4k just to kind of get back up towards the front of them. Then I was cycling behind Anne Reichman, who like I know is a strong cyclist, and I was like, you know what, still doing like pretty good watts, like compared to what I was aiming for. I'll kind of settle in with her, and then maybe we can work together to kind of get back up to try and catch the front. So then Anne and I actually, you know, had the conversation. Like, I went past her for a bit. As she came back past, she was like, let's work together. I was like, brilliant, that's exactly kind of what I want to hear. Probably like 10-15 minute-ish turns. It didn't last very long because we got about 30k in, and there was a pretty sharp right-hander, and Anne's back wheel just kind of locked out, and she came down quite hard. Whereas, because I was kind of hoping that she might be kind of all right and be able to hop back on and we could work together, but very selfish of me. The main thing was that I saw her get up, she looked fine, and there were lots of marshals in that corner. So then I was like, right, I've just got to do it myself. Yeah, just kind of got my head down, got to like 50-ish K, and I caught Ellie Salthouse. Turns out she had crashed, so like completely fair play to actually finishing and still having a pretty solid race. And then we were like heading back into town, kind of got through town. Again, at this point, I still didn't really know where the front group were. Like, someone had shouted, oh, 2 minutes, and I was like, oh, I've not really made up much time, so probably not gonna catch them, but let's just keep plugging away. And I tried to have like a bit of a stronger second half. I know that one of my strengths is kind of being aero and working hard with a tailwind, which was like the first bit of that last little loop. So I was like actually working quite hard on that bit. But then like went around another corner, I was like, oh no, that's the group. That's the like the Marshall motorbike with them. Worked hard to get up to them. Probably about 78k. Then I was like, well, there's only like 10k to go, so there's no point really me trying and do anything. So like the most time gap I'm gonna get is like maybe 30 seconds at a push, and like I know that pretty much all these girls can outrun me, especially at the moment. I think like if I was coming into it properly fit, having done a good run block, I would have maybe backed myself to be like, I can get on the podium. Today I was like, there's no point me trying to get that little bit of extra time. So I was like, actually I'm just going to take the time, have a nice fairly chilled last 10k in, hydrate a bit, get the last of my nutrition in, hope that saves my legs a little bit for a bit of a run. Got off the bike, started running, and I was like, I kind of feel all right. Like, I overtook Sarissa in transition, but I think it's just because she was faffing about with stuff, because she then overtook me pretty quickly. Can I hang in with her? And I was like, no. I was like, you know what? You've not really done much running over the last basically six weeks since St. George. You can't expect that your legs are gonna like magically be there. So like best case scenario is you don't stress them too much, you get through it and you don't really kill your Achilles. Got through the first lap and I was like, actually, like I can't really feel the Achilles too much. This is good. I was like, my legs feel absolute shit. As I said, that's kind of to be expected. So I was like, right, let's survive the second lap, and then it's only one lap to go. Got through it. It was a bit of a struggle on the run. But yeah, honestly, like I looked at the start list before it, and knowing like the kind of shape I'm in, I was like, you know what, like top 5 I'd be really happy with, looking at the ladies that are on the start list, knowing where I'm at and kind of again like how much work I need to do on my swim. For these 70.3 races, I think unless I can find another couple of minutes on the swim, I'm never really going to be that competitive. Added more fuel to the fire of the try and sort the swim out. And yeah, also like some positives in that like the Achilles held up. I mean, I think it's going to be a bit sore tomorrow. I think it at least means I'll still be able to do a bit of running on it over the next 3 weeks. Yeah, with Edmonton coming up, like I definitely need to be in better run shape for that. Absolute chuffed to see Indy take 3rd place. That's wicked. I knew she was in pretty good shape at sub 8, and like especially after the last kind of couple of years she's had with various things going on, I think just to see her get that result, brilliant. Much more to come from her. Great race. I don't think I would come back if I knew there was a chance of the jellyfish like that. Like I'm sure some people get a complete race brain and can completely switch it off. I'm not that person. And it's really hard, both on the bike and the run, to get in a rhythm around. But like generally as a place to visit, really cool. Like loved it. People really friendly, really nice little town, some cool little cafes. As a bucket list race to come and do, especially like the little loop around the castle and everything, like the support in the town, like mega. But yeah, I think I've now done it twice, so I might leave it there.